Developing news tonight as we check in with state leaders a day after a judge dismissed the charges against two previous heads of the Holyoke Soldiers Home.
Family members tell us they are still waiting for justice. Western Mass News reporter Paris Dunford joins us now live with those details. Paris?
Chris, Jordan, we spoke to the attorney who represents those family members who lost loved ones in the COVID-19 outbreak at the Holyoke Soldiers Home. Now, he tells us that the decision to drop those criminal charges will not affect their efforts moving forward with a civil case. In spring of 2020, almost 80 veterans died in a COVID-19 outbreak at the Holyoke Soldiers Home. Laurie Mandeville-Budette's father was one of the residents who died.
I knew in my heart, in my gut, that he would not survive this.
According to court documents, former Holyoke Soldiers Home Superintendent Bennett Walsh and former medical director David Clinton were charged with criminal neglect because of a decision to merge two dementia housing units at the home back in March of 2020. And on Monday, a Hampden County Superior Court judge dropped all 10 criminal neglect charges against the two men. His ruling said in part, quote, "There is insufficient, reasonably trustworthy evidence that had these two dementia units not been merged, the medical condition of any of these 5 veterans would have been materially different."
I was furious, disappointed. And then, of course, you just start going through the stages of grief all over again.
On Tuesday, Laurie and other family members who were affected met with Attorney General Maura Healey's office on the matter. Now, the Attorney General's office would not comment on the details of the meeting, but Laurie said they were discussing with families whether or not they would appeal the judge's ruling.
They're going to make a decision within the next month.
Western Mass News checked in with State Senator John Vilas, who's also the chairman of the Veterans and Federal Affairs Committee and a veteran himself. He commented on how he felt about what happened at the home back in 2020.
When veterans decide that this is where they want to stay the remaining days of their lives, we need to make sure that everything that we do, whether it's infection control or just making sure that they've got a place where they can call home and live in just a gracious, they've earned it.
Vilas says moving forward, his job as a legislator and a representative for veterans in the Bay State is to make sure something like this never happens again. As for the family members, this isn't over. Michael Aleo, the attorney representing more than 20 families involved, released a statement that said, quote, "The court's decision was devastating for the families who lost loved ones at the Soldiers' Home. The civil case will move forward and will not be impacted by the court's decision to dismiss the criminal charges."
We just want justice for our family members that died over the poor decisions that were made by management.
Now you can stick with Western Mass News for the latest updates in the civil case, as well as any updates from the Attorney General's office. For now, reporting live in Holyoke, Paris Dunford for Western Mass News.